The conceptual artist John Latham was a controversial figure who famously burned books in the name of art. But his stance on some issues is perhaps the reason why he's had no retrospective at a major gallery until now, 10 years after his death. Vanessa Cuddeford went to the Serpentine Gallery in London to learn more about an artist who's challenged convention.
From his use of film to his sculptures and paintings, John Latham questioned the nature of truth and how we understand the world. His early works focused on the truth of the written word. This film from 1971 shows every page from the Encyclopaedia Britannica. The exposure changes through the film, so eventually you can't read the words. Latham was leaving space for what was yet to be discovered and written. He also created art through events.
John Latham once famously borrowed a book from the library of the art school where he was teaching in London. He then asked his students to chew up the pages of that book into a pulp, which he dissolved in water and distilled. When he tried to return a vial of that liquid to the library instead of the book, he lost his job.
Throughout the 1960s, he also staged events where he burnt books.
It is a radical gesture to make, to be burning books in a public space, but it was also a statement that he was making in terms of knowledge production and what these books contained and what type of information they were disseminating to the public.
In 1954, John Latham had something of an epiphany. Friends of his asked him to paint a mural in their house. They happened to have a spray gun there, which he filled with paint. The rest is history.
It prompted a whole series of works using the spray gun, including these so-called 1-second drawings. He was fascinated by the concept of space and time, an idea he explores in this work, Time-Base Roller, which changes from one moment to the next. He even came up with a new theory of how time could work.
This idea starts with a concept that he calls event structure. So if we consider the event structure as a form that starts with a state of nothingness in which a sequence of different events would come into place, and these events need to challenge the way that we understand space and time, the space-time continuum, in order to recalibrate and reconceptualize the universe.
Latham saw a purpose for his radical ideas. He felt artists could be useful to society by working within government organisations and bringing with them new ideas.
John Latham himself worked in the planning office in Scotland. The landscapes he encountered through that role inspired these artworks.
In this exhibition, we see the works of a man who wanted to reassess everything about our understanding of the world, combining the disciplines of art and science and creating a new role for artists to shape our world. Vanessa Cuddeford, TRT World, London.